So can you introduce yourself and tell us about the work that the Cumberland Land Conservancy does?
Well, my name is Wayne Olling, and I've been involved in environmental conservation for over 20 years. Back in 2014, some of my colleagues and I decided that there needed to be a community-based conservation land manager to take up land that local government and state government were declining from developers as offsets for management for conservation. So we formed Cumberland Land Conservancy Incorporated, and during the election campaign 2007, 2010, 2013, we lobbied the major parties for commitments to environmental conservation in the Penrith LGA, the seat of Lindsay, federal election. And Greg Hunt, when he was the Minister for Environment, he caught the vision that we had for Lindsay, and he committed funding to acquire land for conservation. And the Commonwealth Government acquired this property we're standing on now. We call it Wallaroo because of the presence of wallaroos on it. It's our largest property, the first that the Commonwealth Government gave us. We've put a conservation covenant on the land title, so it's to be managed for conservation in perpetuity. Commonwealth Government gave us two other properties, one at Landilo, smaller property, about 3.8 hectares, 3.7 hectares. Then an even smaller one out at Agnes Banks, 2.2 hectares. And then Transgrid gave us a parcel of land next to one of their substations, a substation at Regentville, just down the road a little bit from here, 4.9 hectares I think it is. And we manage those properties for conservation. Our members, just by being a member, they're a part owner of the properties that we manage for conservation.
This is a 38 hectare site we're standing on right now.
Yes.
What things have made it need protection in your eyes?
In the past, state government had a policy of island conservation, that is, protecting little pieces of land where they could for conservation. That was not going to work for terrestrial fauna. So this property and all of our other properties are small links between larger areas managed for conservation. And what that does, it provides the means for terrestrial fauna to move about and have some place to forage and inhabit. And they're intersected by roads, but down the track something can be done about that. When road upgrades occur, you put land bridges or means to go under the road, whatever. And that's a connected corridor then. So corridors are the key to preserving flora and fauna as we see it. Came on the market.
Okay, yeah.
It's hard to get land at the time when you've got the money, and but it is close to Mulgold Nature Reserve over my right shoulder, and in front of me over the way there is Blue Mountains National Park, so that's a bit of a corridor between the two. And kangaroos, wallaroos, wallabies, wombats, lace monitors have been observed on the site, so, along with all other types of fauna. We have a monthly bird survey here, and I think it's over 160 species of birds have been observed in the time that we've had the property here. Some of them are listed species, it's just providing that habitat so that fauna, as it has existed on the Cumberland Plain, does have a place to live. Well, I'm just one of the members. I'm on the committee.
Yeah.
I was president for several years. I stepped down to be vice president last year, and we have a committee that manages the affairs of Cumberland Land Conservancy. We do rely a lot on grants and donations, and because we do have to get contract work in. Not all of our members can get their knees on the ground and do weeding. So.
Yeah. And so you come out to this property once or twice a week. What work are you doing during that time?
Of late, I've been retrieving some stakes and guards that we had around some earlier plantings, but because some of the acacias got soggy feet with a lot of the rain we've had since 2019, they died. We've got some more planting coming up, and we'll need those stakes and guards. It saves us buying more. We did have to buy some, but so I've been retrieving those. But also at this time of the year, a particular weed called spear thistle is coming through, and so I've been spot spraying that as well.
Looking forward 10 or 20 years, why is it so important to have protected sites like this in Penrith?
Well, it's retaining our natural heritage. When Captain Arthur Phillip made his first inland exploration on foot, he made his way out along the Parramatta, what we call the Parramatta River, and what was later called Toongabbie Creek. And from my calculation and exploration, he went up Blacktown Creek and then made his way to what's called Doonside today, and saw the view of the Cumberland Plain toward Penrith and around him there at Doonside, and he called it Bellevue. So what is now the suburb of Doonside in Sydney was the first Bellevue in Australia. And he saw that the trees were 20 to 40 feet apart, and it's just others who saw the Cumberland Plain just thought it was a beautiful place and park-like. It reminded the English people who came out of the parkland estates back in England, and of course the indigenous people of Australia inhabited the Cumberland Plain, and it was their home.
So it's preserving that history.
Yes, and natural history, yes, yeah.
Especially with all these major urban developments popping up.
Yes.
Having a space like this is so important.
Yeah, look, unless people were in there preserving our natural environment, we're going to become just a sea of brick, concrete and bitumen on the Cumberland Plain. And it won't work so well as an environment because Cumberland Plain does get hot. Penrith can get hot in summer, and reflected heat from all those structures, built items, it's not going to be a pleasant place. But to have open space, which is what it was, and areas that people can appreciate, and our natural heritage by way of flora and fauna are there for people to see. You get this little inkling of what things were like in the past.
You were speaking about a planting day. Can you tell me a little bit what that is and how people can get involved? We have invited some of our members to assist on the day. We have a preparation day on the, I think it's the 12th of, Saturday the 12th of December here. And then the actual planting day with the corporate sponsor, Amazon Web Services. They're sending their employees along to volunteer to do the plantings. We've got a grant that requires us to do a certain amount of planting, and that's what we'll be doing on the day. We've got the plants had been propagated, they're in tubes, and hopefully they'll be ready to go into the ground. How many are we talking?
Oh, it's only 250. We're gradually working our way through it all. What I've found is large planting regimes do take up a lot of time afterwards because you've got to follow up and water. Mm-hmm. If they don't survive, well, it's been a waste of time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of maintenance afterwards.
And how can Penrith residents get involved with the group? Is it through donations or can they join to work?
Either way is helpful. We have a website, cumberlandlc.org.au, and people, there's
buttons to click there to get involved, membership or whatever, and members get a bi-monthly newsletter as to what we're doing, what's been happening. As a matter of fact, one of our properties just a couple of weeks ago, there was a bird survey being undertaken, and that the bird observers found 24 swift parrots which come up from Tasmania at this time of the year, and they're critically endangered, and to find 24 of them was about 5% of the entire population of swift parrots in Australia. And they were really excited, as I was there. I was there too, and so our property was playing a role in sustaining what little of the population of swift parrots we have left. So yes, to get out, be involved. We do weeding. That's the main thing we do, and people may worry about pulling out a weed or pulling out what's a native species. We all start from point zero. We learn as we go, and it's just enjoyable being out for the 3 hours on a Saturday morning, just removing weeds, having company, and just doing our little bit to preserve our natural heritage.